Alrighty, so we got Andre Ewell versus Julio Arce. So Andre Ewell, he has a 1 inch height advantage and a 5 or a 4.5 inch reach advantage apparently, but yeah. So both these guys are southpaws. Both are primarily, boxers, like to use their hands for the most part. Julio Arce got very nice boxing, everything following the jab, very fundamental with his hands. Nice 1-2, 1-2 to the body. When he throws the 1-1-2, he's using the double jab to close the distance, and then you can expect the 2 after that. He does change his level, so, he is open uppercuts there if you get the read, but, what's his name? Ewell doesn't really throw too many uppercuts. And when he gets in the pocket for Julio Arce, throws tie hooks in the pocket. And for Andre Ewell, he likes to keep distance. He likes to fight long. Obviously that frame that he's got, he's going to naturally want to fight long. He has a very nice straight left. Nice 1-2 as well. 3-2s. He's able to cover a lot of distance when he's throwing these combinations. And he's pretty good fighting on the back foot. But when you pressure him heavily and when you trap him against the fence and you cut the cage off, he is a little vulnerable in that position because he always keeps his hands low. And you take away the movement, you take away the length of Ewell, and that's where he's most vulnerable, when you trap him. But yeah, Ewell in general, he's very heavy on the lead leg, doesn't check leg kicks. Southpaw versus southpaw, leg kicks are open here for Julio Arce if he wants to use them. Doesn't generally use them. When he does throw kicks, they're quite slow, and they get countered or caught quite often. I don't think his kicks are the great, but Ewell's got such a glaring weakness there that you might want to throw those techniques. So in regards to the grappling for this one, overall, Arce much better grappler than Andre Ewell. Arce, he likes the body lock takedown to the outside leg trip. He's very good at taking the back. He'll take the back as soon as the opponent is turtled or they, turn to all fours. Very quick to take the back. Even looks to jump back in the clinch. If he's turned the corner and he's in the back body lock position. And Andre Ewell, he's improved his takedown defense, throughout his UFC career. But on the mat, he seems like a white belt to me. He doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. His guard's very easily passed. I think as soon as he hits the mat, I think it's gonna be tough for Andre Ewell. So how these guys win? So for Ewell, he's got a good frame for the division. He's incredibly long, covers a lot of distance when he is striking. And for Arce, he's well-rounded. How these guys lose fights? So for Arce, it's when he just gets out-hustled. He's a very skilled fighter, but, sometimes he can just get out-pointed. For Andre Ewell, it's the grappling tendencies we talked about before. He seems to slow in the third round. Seems to fade a little bit, to me, as the fight wears on and the damage piles up. Terrible body language in the third round, generally. Lets you know when you've heard him, gets very defensive. It's just bad body language and just kind of looks up at the clock, looks very fatigued, probably more than he really is, honestly, but it's just bad body language. Past the victory for these two, so for Arce, look to forward pressure, cut the cage off, keep him trapped there, and then look for your shots from there. Take the front foot, a lot of jabs. Wait till he completes his extension on the 2 and then attack. He's very heavy on the lead leg when he's at full extension. You can, move around there, get in the pocket, start letting your combinations. Also low calf kicks, southpaw versus southpaw, but mix in takedowns as well. For Ewell, keep distance, don't get on your bike the whole time, get some respect. Don't just be always backpedaling. If the pressure game plan of Arce is working, then mix it up, start going forward, earn some respect. Don't engage in the clinch. Alright, so how I see this fight going, so both these guys have boxing backgrounds and very boxing centric styles. So who do I think has the better hands? Probably Arce. I think he has the crisper technique, but Ewell is just so damn long. He's got much better at understanding how to utilize his length compared to when he joined the UFC, when he was just kind of getting in brawls and exchanging in the pocket. But I do believe Arce is much better defensively as well. I think he has the better range management, which will be key here in the smaller octagon. I think it would be wise for Arce to put the pressure on Ewell and take away that length by forcing him close to the fence and trying to keep him there, just constantly cutting off the cage. I think in general, Ewell's patterns, like his striking patterns, are very repetitive. He only throws a limited amount of combinations as well, and also like his striking entries are basically the same every time. It's also bad news if Arce gets Ewell down. I'm 70% sure, or just I'm pretty confident that Ewell will give his back if Arce does get him down. I think, you know, it's not going to be good if Arce gets Ewell down. But, you know, the thing is that Arce, he barely goes for takedowns. He averages like one shot over 15 minutes. Like, he just... So I don't have too much faith that he's going to exploit that path of least resistance, you know, perceived on my behalf. I'm definitely going to favour Arce in general, because I do believe he has more ways to win. Whereas Ewell, if his boxing isn't working, then like it's practically game over for him. I think Arce gets a little bit overrated by the books, a little bit too much. Like he's got some decent wins and he's very solid, but you know, he's never really blowing guys out and he's never really representing the money lines that are given to him. So yeah, I don't really want to bet him at juice, but I don't really want to bet Ewell either because I get massive flake vibes from him. So yeah. Also, sorry about the energy in this video. Like, it's like 2 a.m. Here in Australia, and I'm just spent. Just gotta get this video out. But yeah, just breaking down this one real quick. Alright, so for the prediction, I think Arce wins by decision. If you like Ewell, you might as well just bet him by decision. Like, probably not going to finish a very durable guy in Arce, and you know, all of his 4 UFC wins are by decision. I'm not going to live bet Arce. Ewell generally has a good round 1, and maybe even after round 2, if it's 1-1, I think Arce is going to win the 3rd round a lot of the time. Ewell drops the 3rd round quite a bit. I just think Arce is going to push a little bit more, and I think he has a bit more grit and a bit more heart than Ewell, just at the end of the day. So if it's 1-1, I think I'm going to trust Arce to get it done.